Hi, welcome to episode 2 of my naked brutality run out in the tundra with a merciless Randy Random at my heels. Last episode I let a few caribou eat my meals by foolishly assuming that I could use the outside freezer to keep my meals fresh. And apart from that, we set up a little shelter. Elliot has some weapons available for himself. I have a few units of steel and wood available, just enough to keep my fire burning. And the next plans are quite easy. Set up power, set up air conditioning, and set up a little freezer unit for the food. So just the mere basics. I'm having steel around the corner. There's some compacted machinery here. I'm sitting in a very cozy spot out here. The only thing I really need to take care about is to bring up the power running before I run out of wood. Because wood is not really much growing around here, and I don't want to rely on wood too long. That sounds just dangerous to me. So, but while I'm still talking about wood, I can't change it. I need some of it for my tailoring bench, because that's the next very vital step for me. Picking up some of those heal roots here as well. I need the tailoring bench ASAP, because do you want to do? Yeah, you can relax, but come on, take something with you while you're up. Rimworlders. That's something you need to micromanage on them. I really think the uranium ore here in the wall quite funny, because uranium is a quite good material. You need it in the late game for some high-tech technologies, of course, but you can also make some really nasty weapons with it. As far as I remember, uranium was a little bit better than steel. I mean, I can look it up, so if we go for an axe here, and made out of steel, and compare uranium. Yeah, uranium has more DPS, more armor pen, less flammability. Well, only plus steel is way better. Yeah, we're only using vanilla materials here, so there's nothing to beat good old plus steel. But I felt like the last time I did a naked brutality run, some people were quite unhappy about the fact that there were so many mods on it. So I felt like the next naked brutality run I'll do completely without mods to ensure a 100% vanilla experience. But because I will want to kill myself after a few hours with a friendly fire, I took it on with Randy Random and a merciless difficulty. So. Basically, I hope I'll die soon. No, just kidding. I want to try my best, but I'm really no fan of playing with friendly fire on. But well, sometimes I do like to challenge myself with things I really hate, because that just gives me back the appreciation when I do my other runs for the fact I'm not having to deal with friendly fire normally. You get the idea, I think. So I did cut enough wood to do our stuff here. So, due to the lack of mods here, poor Elliot has to carry every single stack. He can't bundle up things in his inventory. But he can actually stack them. Well, at least something. Okay. So, we're going to build that tailoring bench now. And finally, I'm able to make myself some better clothing. I'm going to do a bowler hat, even though it's mainly a heat insulator. Let's check out plain leather. It will still give me some protection from cold and also some armor. And also, I want a jacket or a parka. Whatever. We're going to make the parka directly, and the bowler hat I'll just suspend for now. So another day of caribou hunting is on, I think. Or it's pretty rough decision here. There's light leather available. Oh, spacecraft chunks, God bless. Oh, that's so good. This'll help me a lot. Spacecraft chunks are way easier to dismantle. I have a good construction value, and I'll not only get steel, I'll also get some components, so this is maybe already enough to bring up the wind turbine. Awesome. So another thing, I really need the stonecutter's table. So I do have enough wood here. Yeah, well, not at the moment, but in general. So, cold snap was over. I'll just check out where I can chop some more wood. Oh, there we go. Okay, this will be enough for sure. I'm really scared of Randy's first mean events. Like, right now Randy is not really influencing me too much in a bad way. Like, the cold snap was the meanest thing that happened, but it's not really a big game changer. Okay. I want the stonecutter's table now, because I want to build my freezer out of stone. I don't want to do more wooden walls, because I also don't have any mods to replace walls just like that. Thus, replacing things like walls is a true pain. I don't want to do that more than I need to. So I rather go for rocks directly. And I think that should be not too much of a problem anyways. Okay, there we go. Let's cut some slate chunks. And let's do that until we have 200. Reduce the ingredient radius, the usuals. And now harvest the juicy components. How many do I get? 8. I was really afraid that now under Merciless, after all these nerfs, I'm going to get less than that. But no. We're getting 8 components out of that. Nice. That's a really good one. So I'll have a new stockpile zone here. Going to use steel and stone blocks. Okay. So I'll let Elliot relax a little bit. The recreation bar is important. He lives a quite rough life, so he needs to get his moments of peace. Some beauty rating in here would also be nice, eh? Okay. So I'm going to build something really small here. Something in the back of this room. So, whoa, them cats. Scaring the hell out of me. Or, no, it's actually no cats at all. It was just some toy of the small one in the bathroom. Oh man. There's some water toy on the walls, and it keeps falling down in the middle of the night and making a big bad ruckus and scaring the living whatever. You get the idea. Okay. So there's a whole berry bunch down there. Nice. So also, the bulk goods trader is a chance to get some good stuff going on for me. I mean, I'm poor, but I could sell off some components. I could sell off the components. What can they offer me? Yorkshire Terrier. No thanks. I can't afford that Devil Strand parka, but damn, I wish I could. That would be so good. Oh. But not in a lifetime. I mean, or wait a sec. So these guys are selling me a really good parka. Elliot, go on. There's some gold ore in the wall. You're going to grab a bite of food, and then you just mine as much as you can. Maybe I can't afford that after all, because gold is quite valuable. It's just something I want to try, because a Devil Strand parka, that would be practically high-end gear during the early game. There's nothing better for mundane clothing, when it comes down to mundane clothings, than Devil Strand. Maybe Hyperweave, but Devil Strand is the only one you can get without trading and basically produce yourself. So 56 gold, let's see. That would be so cool. Okay. Oh, not in my... Oh. No! Yeah, well. Is there anything else? Tribal headdress. Is that insulating good? Not really. Not worth my money for sure. I don't know. I'm going to sell off the gold, that's for sure. But apart from that, I think I'm going to do something completely different here. I'm going to get myself some blue fur. And if possible, some cloth there as well. Yes! Okay, that's nearly as good. So I now have the materials to craft myself a blue fur parka and a cloth toque, and these things will insulate me quite well. So we're going to do one out of blue fur. Blue fur is a really good material as well, and the toque is a very good insulator for cold zones, but you can only do it out of cloth. You can't do it out of leather. So, or did that? Was there any change on that? No. You need some sort of wool. And somehow Elliot is... oh, he's still having the order to do that. So, I'm going to haul that stuff. It's nighty-night time for the owl anyways. Great. Come on. You just haul everything that can deteriorate, please. Thanks. Alright, so temperature, boom. I sold off all the components, I know, but I don't regret anything. I really don't. Because now I have all the materials I need to insulate Elliot really well. And that is, in itself, a big bonus. I didn't expect to be that lucky. I mean, oh, a good short bow. Nice. I only had a normal one. Thanks, guys. So they left me some weapons. That's really friendly. So I think the meals will just spoil there, sadly. Alright. Let's equip that bow before it deteriorates and haul the bow back. Because, I mean, it's only a short bow, but maybe I can get another person in my colony and then I have another weapon or two. Or three. Clubs are okay. They're kind of like the worst weapons that you can craft yourself. But funny thing about them is you can make them out of a lot of things. and their overall stats are quite okay. If you look it up here, their melee damage is just slightly better than just smacking someone with a short bow or going at someone. Ooh, wood is actually having more DPS than the club. Huh. Forget everything I wanted to say. Grab a piece of wood. That's better. I'm surprised. So, oops. It's the wrong button. I want to check this out. Let's do a little excursion in clubology. So, can't look it up here. So, let's check. It seems like stone is a really bad material for the club. Wood is actually a way better material. Look at that damage increase. So a wooden club is way better than a sandstone club. Jade is actually not bad. Oh my goodness! I should do myself a uranium club. Look at those stats. I'm going to smack people with that. So gold and silver are not really good, obviously, but they're not worse than steel and plasteel. So you can see here the uranium is the real king of the hill. Okay, I should definitely make something out of that. I didn't even know. Oh well, you learn something new every day. Maybe you didn't know. Tell me. Be honest, okay? Be honest with your clubology. I didn't know because I never used clubs, honestly. So now we're having this wonderful blue fur parka insulating us with 40 more degrees towards cold. Elliot should be having no problems with temperature ever again outside. There we go. Well, this bad boy is now insulated until minus 43 degree. Ha! Well, maybe a little bit of overkill, but you know what I say. There's no kill like overkill. So at least that problem is out of the world once and for all. And what's even more important is I have a few % of armor now. It's not much. If I had the Devil Strand parka, my armor would have been really good as well. That's why I love Devil Strand so much. You also get some really good armor stats out of out of that stuff. But well, I guess I can't have everything. Would have been boring, right? So, speaking of boring, it's 9 days now and it's merciless. I don't know. I think something bad will happen soon, or something good will happen. But as the nature of my storyteller goes, something will happen. I really look forward to the future. So far we had only some weird weather phenomena and a psychic low drone. That was quite bad too. I am out of food. Boom, just like that, out of food, completely. No food, 0. But I always had a backup plan, friends. There was always a backup plan. There was also more gold ore. I don't regret anything. Because selling off all that gold the map has to offer is not always a really smart choice. These resources, this gold won't regrow. Devil Strand I can buy somewhere. I can't grow it here without hydroponics, that is. But Devil Strand and hydroponics, they don't go that well together, because hydroponics permanently need energy, and Devil Strand really grows slow. And when I say really grows slow, I mean damn slow. And one solar flare, and I don't know if it's enough to kill the plants, but I never tried that because I always went with the description. So, like in the description of the hydroponics, you can read that the power outages will kill the plants, and Devil Strand just I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Correct me if I am. I always feel like there's such a wealth of knowledge about this game that I'm always open for corrections. Okay. Let's haul these berries. Elliot doesn't need to sleep. I don't know why he went to sleep. Okay. So I'm going to live off these berries a few days, I think. There's really no reason to cook meals out of them. We can just eat them as they are. It's the real good thing about berries. I don't need the fire, as a matter of fact, but well. So, for some reason... Oh, I have construction on lowest priority, that's why. I really thought I had that on a higher priority. Silly me. That explains a lot to me. Alrighty. So this will be my freezer to be. But to achieve that, we need some more mined out materials. A slaver. Well, that's another option to to mine out that gold. So let's look at it seriously. I'm checking out if there are any other gold deposits visible, which I could deplete later. So there's silver, but I'm specifically looking for gold because some late game items need gold. So there's a rather big deposit visible too. So yeah, I might as well check out that slaver and try to grab up the money. But I don't think I'm able to bring up these amounts in gold. Like, really. These are really only expensive people available. Nah. I won't even try. Mainly because I don't want to stress out my endeavors into a direction which ultimately isn't really good for me. Like, if there was now a trader which would sell me an assault rifle, by all means, I would go out there and dig out all that gold immediately. But another person has its downsides. You need to care for people. You don't need to care for an assault rifle. The assault rifle cares for you. There's quite a difference between guns and people. But I think you get my idea. So... I'm changing my my priorities here a little bit now. So let's go for something like that. Constructing and mining on the highest priority, while hauling as well. So there we go. Yeah, what a surprise! Compacted machinery. I didn't expect to find this here. Did you? Alright. So these 8 components I gave away were quite something, but being free of the weather problematics is also a big bonus. So, I don't mind. Why does he sleep so often randomly? It's really weird. I mean, his work table clearly says, the last hour of the sleeping time. Yeah, whatever. Weird owl. It's okay. You can relax all the way you want, but grab those components. So I'll need 5 of them to get done what I need to get done. So we're going to mine out that cluster here as well. And At some point, I really consider doing a, what's it called? A uranium club. Because they're just that good. Oh, look at that. The cooler, but no power. But that's okay. That's completely okay. I'll also store herbal meds in here because they also spoil at some point. Transport pod crash. Hi, Ash. So that's quite funny. So I don't know if somebody of my viewers... I know somebody in my Discord channel whose nickname is exactly like that, so hi. Guess the game wants to tell me something. Let's check out Ash. She... Well, the guy I know is a he, but whatever. Let's abandon that thought. Is... unable to firefight. A good shot, but a wimp. A misogynist, I don't care because Elliot is a man. A great memory. What does a great memory bring to me? She loses skill points slower than other people. So, is she from another faction? No, she's just a space refugee. So we're going to let her decide for herself. Elliot is not forcing this stay on everybody, but he's a civilized old man, and that's why we're going to rescue Ash. I'm such a nice guy. I'm always a nice guy, but well, if we want to have some bad guy videos, I can do that as well. But usually, whenever I can, I tend to be a civilized person. Speaking of which, urns are a source of beauty. Let's drop down some urns. They're making this place more beautiful. Okay, oh come on, Elliot, don't be that like that. Please tend to her. Dear Lord. So, she's going to decide for herself if she's going to stay or not. Like I said. But I'm going to make sure that she's going to be able to leave this place safely if she wants to. That's the least we can do. So here, urns, beauty 5. It'll make this place a little bit less desolate, and that's always something good. So... and let's hunt that bunny. Oh, well, I really want that turbine as quick as possible. Going to be so important to me to have power at least part of the time available. Okay, I'm interrupting his recreation here because food is quite low right now, so I'll have to micromanage him here a little bit. And also we need to get that bunny. Okay. Well, that bunny didn't bring enough food to sport a single meal, but well. There are still caribou and a lot of other animals. Awesome. Hey, Elliot, come on, eat something. Like, you're already pretty angry about being ravenously hungry. What's wrong with you, man? So, I can't let him rest here. I need to grab some more food, and that means we're going to hunt another caribou. Damn, those short boars are bad. This poor thing! I just want to eat something. I feel like a murderer. Well, I am, but hunting like this feels like a war crime. Alright. Oh, goodbye, Ash. I'm not unhappy that you leave, so get the hell out of here. You ate my food. You whiny slob. Sorry. I had a hard day today, okay? So, let's butcher some, cook some meals, and have a nice, lonely evening. I wish he had a beer. This old man now could have a nice beer. And chillax a little bit. Or whatever old men like Elliot like to do. But I'm going to cook some food here. It's the first thing I'll do. But I'm going to suspend the work order immediately after that. Because right now I'm micromanaging his food a little bit more. Because there's still no freezing available. And I want to trick around with the shelf time of the meat a little bit. So basically, if I cook this right before it spoils, it gets the full time of the simple meal. It's a little bit scammy, but I don't give, because this is hard enough as it is. Like, I really like to use any advantage that I can get right now. Mainly because I'm very afraid of the things the storyteller will throw at me sooner or later. Only because Randy didn't kill me yet doesn't mean he's going to try it later. He's definitely going to try it later. But it seems like I'm still getting a little bit of a preparation time. Well, overall, Elliot was a very, very good contender for the Naked Brutality, mainly because of his big strengths and necessary skills. Construction is very important, plants is very important, animals and cooking are very important, and the fighting skills, obviously. He's bad at cooking, but apart from these things, he's at least average at everything, and that's a big advantage. That's a really big advantage. To use the wind turbine, I'm going to need, of course, some power conduits. It's going to be very, very unsightly, but I don't care. It just has to be like it has to be. So now I let Elliot meditate a little bit and have his peace. I was pushing him around enough during the last few days. He also had a hard time with me, I know. Alright. So mining is getting up to 6 soon. Fast learner is just such a good trade. I love it especially for Naked Brutality or such. Having a global learning factor of 75% is just really, really, really powerful. So 13 days in, still waiting for the catastrophe. I mean, I shouldn't cry out too loud there, but can't be long anymore. But at the same time, it's Randy. It could also be something insanely good. Also be possible there could be just a assault rifle falling from the sky. I don't think that could happen, but you get the idea. So... going to cook another meal in a sec. But I really want to build the wind turbine now. There we go! Look at that! Wind power! Ha! I won't be able to bring up batteries anytime too soon due to the fact that Elliot is not able to research at all. But I have a steady, while unreliable power source. That's quite good. Steady is good. And I also now have the power to make my food permanent, and it's a big power up. I mean, it's permanent-ish, because you're always suffering power outages, and the food in the freezer ultimately spoils somehow. But it really slows down the process by a lot, because whenever there's enough wind, I'll get the freezer up, and yeah, so most of the time the stuff is frozen. That's good. Basically every hour the wind blows fast enough to power my freezer. That's one hour of shelf time I gain. I mean, you have to be happy with little things, you know? So, turns out there's an Arctic wolf around the corner. Oh boy, that's a problem. That certainly is a problem. So, I consider it's time to think about traps. So I'm going to put a few here and there. Because enemies love to cut corners. So, at the same time, I need to make myself some wood before I can bring up these traps, so... oh well. Pretty sure it's going to be worth it. This is concerning me a little bit. I'm not going to touch that snow hare, because most of these animals, as long as there's some food out there, they won't be bothering you. Well, he was sleeping right next to the fire. How comfy. Okay. Oof. This is bad. This is really bad. Well, basically, I would really like to wall myself off, but what I would like way more would be just to kill that thing. But then again, killing that guy won't be that easy at all. Really not. Anyways, I think it's about time to cut this episode slowly. We're hitting the 40-minute mark in a sec. So, what a run! Quite refreshing. I'm going to see where the Arctic wolf will bring us, and feel free to drop me a comment down below. I really like to know what you think. Well, you know the drill. I would also be very, very happy if you could support this video with a like, a share with your friends, or even a subscription to my channel if you're really out to help me. Do whatever feels great for you. I don't mind if you don't do anything of these, and just come back for the next episode. Until then, well, have a good time, guys. Bye.